Okay, so this is probably going to be one of our like 5th episodes. There's a few more that we're going to be posting beforehand for you guys. Welcome to the cast. This is Adam, of course, and well, you already know me. Actually, I should be pointing this way. He's on this side. So Adam, you're up first. I know you have some information out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Our area, well, not our area, but
I mean, yeah.
Our state.
Yeah, our state. Yeah, well, in our state, yeah, in Pennsylvania, there's apparently, I'm reading it here. We don't know if this is true, but this is like, allegedly there was a flight. Well, we know this happened. There was a flight of their illegal immigrants coming through the state, and apparently they were supposed to come through, and eventually, I think they were asylum seekers, and they were coming through Pennsylvania, but they ended up stopping in Pennsylvania. That's what Governor Wolf said. Governor Wolf said they were going to stop in Pennsylvania.
Which airport?
It's kind of like a pit. It's the Scranton International Airport, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. But apparently they were stopping in, according to Governor Wolf, they were stopping at the Wilkes-Barre at the airport and then moving on to their actual destination. So that wasn't their destination, like that actual airport. They were just stopping there and moving on. But that's what he said. But allegedly, people are saying that they saw people actually getting off the plane, and the Pennsylvania and the airport actually said, or the state of Pennsylvania, Governor Wolf said they weren't actually no one was getting off the plane. They were just stopping and moving on. Everyone was just staying on the plane and they were moving on. But this is allegedly people were getting off the plane, and people are saying there was a report saying that they were getting off the plane and they were being sent into like rural Pennsylvania, like the area outside of that airport, because that area, which is Luzerne County, and then that area is like, in the last election, it was it was a highly contested area for the last election for 2020, which I don't know if that's true. That this is like alleged that they got off, and some people are saying they saw them getting off. This
isn't factual information. Yeah. This is theory.
And then there was like people on social media claiming they worked for the airport.
Well, it's hearsay.
And they saw them getting off the plane, which we don't know. But
we don't know. But
according to Governor Wolf, they were only supposed to stop and then leave.
I mean,
which I think is weird too. Which I think is weird too. Like really, it's like most planes can usually go across the country. They can go from coast to coast without stopping. I do find it kind of odd that they just took a.
Well, I mean, typically there's like a break in between and stuff that occurs.
Yeah, but they came so close. They only flew for like probably 25 minutes.
Yeah, that's the funny part is that they flew very close to their destination, but they didn't go to their destination, which. Am I a conspiracy theorist, or am I just openly thinking?
Because the destination was actually pretty close to that actual airport, so I think it was odd that they would stop. Like
I think it's very strange.
Like
Adam.
literally, like 25 minutes before they were about to get.
Wait,
to
what
the
was their other one? They landed in Scranton.
Their destination.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember what they said the destination is. I could probably find.
Well, it's Scranton. It's like in the middle of like.
Yeah, but they said Well, no, the destination claims it wasn't even in Pennsylvania, but
so it was supposed to not even be in PA.
Yeah, they were saying they were going near Pennsylvania, but
well, that's ridiculous. So...
It's just weird that they stopped, because it was I think it was I'm not sure about this, but I think it was like the next state over. Like it was pretty close, but they did stop pretty close to where they were supposed to stop.
Which I think was most likely from us. So probably like is New York is that like Sanctuary? Is New York sanctuary?
Oh, I don't know. It's like a sanctuary state.
That would be like the closest thing to be, pointing fingers and saying, "Oh, they were supposed to go." I could
honestly I could probably find it because I was on the article.
Either New York, Jersey, or I don't think Connecticut. Well, Connecticut might be. Well, you're looking that up. I'm going to switch to our next topic that we're going to talk about, which is Ghislaine Maxwell. She's guilty. Guilty as charged.
Yep.
So that's good. There's not really too much information. I don't think I haven't been able to find too much information. except for she was convicted out of 5. So 5 out of 6 charges she was convicted of, and these were let's see here quick. Yeah, so it's just underage sex trafficking. So she'll be put away for a while. I don't see where it says this on here. Yeah, I'm not able to find information on how long she'll be sentenced for, but she is convicted of 5 out of 6, so she'll be put away for a while. And other news for today, yeah, doesn't end there.
All right,
well,
here,
wait, there's more.
I found out what it was, where they said they were going. Okay, so they were going. Let me see. So they were the planes were redirected. Apparently, this was actually Democrat Representative Matthew Cartwright said this. Who's actually his district contains the airport where they landed, and he said that the planes were actually redirected from arrivals in New York and other Pennsylvania airports due to staffing shortages. So, and then here, so they were actually a lot of the planes that were supposed to be going to New York and Pennsylvania. They were redirected, and this particular plane that landed in the airport, they never said what airport they were supposed to go to, but they said it was close to the state of Pennsylvania. So it wasn't in Pennsylvania.
So they didn't list the specific destination of this flight.
And they're saying they're doing that because I guess it's probably to protect them, if that's true. But
how would that be? We know where they got off at.
Yeah,
so
we don't know if they got off there. But this is all,
so they actually.
They're
still saying they're in transit.
Like Governor Wolf said, they just stopped they just made a pit stop at the airport, the Wilkes-Barre Airport, and they're going somewhere else.
So there's still a chance that this is just complete hoax and.
But,
okay, so there's. I'd say it's most likely.
Matthew Cartwright, Democratic Representative Matthew Cartwright, he's in our district. It contains the airport. And he's a Democrat, but he said that. They were redirecting planes. From what he knows, he doesn't really know much about this, but he said they were redirecting planes to Pennsylvania. They were making a pit stop due to like staffing shortages. They didn't really explain what they meant by staffing shortages. They just said there was a staffing shortage. So for some reason, instead of going directly to their destination, they had to make a pit stop in Pennsylvania, in the same county that was highly contested in the last election. And they were even asked about what they meant by staffing shortages, and they really didn't answer the question. So, but at the same time, all of this we don't really know. We don't know if they actually got up there, but people are saying they're.
Okay, we'll have to wait for an update on that to give you guys. I clearly, and he clearly, we don't know the facts about this.
No, it says, the last thing, it says Democrat Representative Cartwright was not without skepticism, however, saying that he was taking concerns seriously. But so he doesn't know. No one really knows what's going on.
It's a concern. It's going to be investigated. He's on it, so I'm not worried about it. In other news, what I was going to get to before, thank God you at least found some information about this.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, you found a lot, man, for that short amount of time.
Of course, none of this may be true.
It might all be absolute hocus pocus, which, I mean, how much do you hear of that nowadays? A lot.
Yeah.
So, not spreading misinformation, guys.
It's just good to look into things that could or may or may not be true.
It's a possibility. We don't know, clearly. YouTube, we're not saying it's fact.
Yeah.
Clearly, it could very, 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 very well just be bullshit. So, in other news, 21 House Democrats have said that they're not going to seek re-election. Adam, what do you think of this? What do you feel?
Yeah, I think it's odd that they're not seeking re-election. Because I mean, they could go to be re-elected, but I don't know. I kind of feel like I don't know if they're afraid to be re-elected. Maybe they don't feel like their chance of being re-elected is very good.
Well, I'd like to add to that. I don't know if there's like a lot of policy change that there's a separation. Not all Democrats are the same. Not all Republicans are the same. Mitch McConnell is, we don't even know. So you got people like Joe Manchin, where he's like questioning, like, am I Republican or am I Democrat? And I think it's kind of coming to the point where you just don't know what you want to do in your political career, and you're like, do I support these people or do I not? And you really don't know anymore who to support and who to trust. So I think a lot of them maybe are saying like, I'm gonna take the sidelines and watch.
Yeah, I mean, they could do a lot of things. Maybe they can go on the local level. Maybe they're just tired of what they want to do. But since they're not seeking reelection, that doesn't mean there's going to be a Republican.
It doesn't mean a Republican.
There could be another Democrat that can be reelected within that district. There could be someone a part of the Green Party. It's like anyone.
So as we previously talked about before with the court, depending on how that goes, if something happens, there's a very high likely chance that we're going to win those midterms, and who knows from there really what's going to happen. They do have the funding though. House Democrat cycle, wait, let me see, raised an average of $2.8 million, which is $300,000 more than House Republicans. So, during the election cycle. So I'm not really. I mean, I don't know if I can believe that those are real numbers.
Yeah.
That seems a little short.
I think it could be, but at the same time, it's like money isn't always.
Money isn't always.
It doesn't
you need
always
to have your facts straight. You need to make.
Yeah,
you need to make good policy.
Yeah.
You need to make good decisions. You need to stay true on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of mistrust. I mean, I don't trust any politician. If Trump came up to me, I don't trust him.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's just like you got to kind of trust your gut on this sort of stuff, and I'm not going to give advice really on how to vote. I'm just going to say I think the Republicans are more genuine than the Democrats, but at the same time, I really don't know anymore.
Me personally,
who to trust.
Me personally, I don't vote for the party. I usually vote for the person because there's a lot of Republicans I like, and there's a lot of Republicans I don't like. And so I don't vote Republican, or I don't vote just Democrat. I don't vote for the party. Like, there's also a lot of Democrats I don't like, but there's also a lot of Democrats I do like. So instead of voting for the party, I personally would rather vote for the person and the policies they're offering, what they want to do.
If Joe Manchin was senator for me, I'd vote for him. I'd vote for him in a heartbeat. I like him. I think the guy looks through the bills and says, oh, this isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
And he thinks about it. He's like, is this going to be good for the people? And also, is it going to keep me, winning?
Yeah.
And I think he's a winner. I think he's a winner, and he's also someone who thinks things through. And I don't see a lot of Democrats doing that. I mean, they're still the same with Republicans. There's a lot of morons. But they're not as many on the Republican side, I'd say, my opinion.
That's debatable depending on what side you're on, I guess.
Depending on what side.
It's like, I don't vote for the party. I don't stick with the party. Like, I would rather just vote for the person.
Well, I always notice, though, the Democratic Party, there's so many, you say your opinion as a Republican, which I guess I am, whatever, but you say your opinion and you're immediately called out, and they curse at you, they curse you out, and it's like, just because I like firearms and, I support the Constitution to the max, it doesn't make me a bad human being. And that's the one thing that separates the Democrats from the Republicans is you can't take an opinion.
Yeah.
And that's the Democratic Party. They can't take opinions from other people. Are there a lot of good Democrats? Do I know Democrats? Do I have Democrats in the family? Yes. I just don't support what they're doing right now. And I don't think cursing your opponent out is the proper way to do it. But I'm not going to say Trump handled it well. Twitter was sucky.
Yeah.
So I really think that wraps it up. This is just a quick segment that we're going to post up for tonight. Have a good evening. Enjoy the 4th of July. Like, comment, subscribe. We do appreciate it here. We like to know what you think, how you feel about this. And tell me what political side you're on.
We'll see you guys in the next one.